All right, Jesse, you recognize that guy there?
Yeah, he's a good-looking fella.
Not too bad at all. Good to see you in person here. I know after you won the series, it seemed like it hadn't really sunk in when they interviewed you immediately after. So now, having had a little time to digest it there, how does it feel to be the Xfinity Series champ?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think for me, I've won championships in the past and at Phoenix Raceway too, so those felt, so great, right? And I think when I was leading up to the Xfinity Series, title fight, I thought that it was going to feel, that much more exciting and that much even cooler. And honestly, it didn't. And I think, it caught me off guard. And I was like, oh, it must have not sunk in yet. Well, it definitely should have sunk in by now. So I think my realization is just that when you're a 10-year-old kid, 15-year-old kid, and you're winning a championship, albeit way smaller scale than the Xfinity Series and Cup Series, they mean just as much to you then as the Xfinity Series championship means to me now.
I know probably a lot of that comes from being part of a team. You're the driver,
Yeah.
so you're the face there. But talk to me about the team that helped you win this championship.
My crew chief, Danny Stockman, man, we've been really close, and we're both very vocal. We're both from California. We communicate in different ways, but we both have like a lot of passion, and probably too much passion at times, so it kind of boils over. And that gets on the TV when people are watching the races and things like that. So sometimes people think we're kind of too hard on each other, but I'll tell you, when you do win a championship with somebody that you're that close to and that honest with, and you have that tight relationship with, it definitely means even more. So my whole team, my spotter, Brandon, Banesh, and then the whole rest of our team, you feel like as a driver you're kind of carrying the weight of all those guys too, because those guys are working 7 days a week, right? I feel like I don't ever work, right? But those guys are working Monday through Friday. We travel on Friday. We race on Saturday. And then sometimes they have an off day on Sunday. If it's not a travel day, they're typically back in the shop and getting the next car prepared. Most people don't know, but our race cars come back from the racetrack and we completely tear it down to just a bare frame metal tubes, right? Wow. We build cars from the ground up for every racetrack. We do that 36 times a year.
That's incredible. I didn't realize that it's basically a brand new car each time you get out there.
Yeah, you think it's like you go buy a Chevrolet Camaro and go race it. Maybe it looks like that, but it's so far from the reality of it.
It takes me a long time to get my Toyota RAV4 broken in just the way I like it, so
right.
I feel like it's probably a little tough to get it the way you like it each week.
It's kind of like a Lego set at this point. There's a couple thousand different parts and pieces in each car, and even like you said with breaking in your car, right? I got to get in the car every week too and just make sure like my steering wheel's in the right spot, because all that stuff's adjustable, right? My pedals, all the feel is right, and there's always so much variance, like super small, but I'm so well connected in my car that I can feel the 1/8 of an inch where the wheel's offset, or the brake is a little bit too stiff or not stiff enough.
But that nuance is the difference between victory and defeat when you get on that track there. You're going to be the last Xfinity Series champion. There's going to be a new sponsor next year, O'Reilly Auto Parts. How does it feel to go from one to the other knowing you're carrying the championship?
It's definitely really cool, right? Obviously, I want to be able to win the last Xfinity title and then the first O'Reilly Auto Parts title, which I just stuttered because it's kind of getting me used to actually saying the O'Reilly Auto Parts series. It's been the Xfinity series for over a decade. So, and geez, I was probably 8, 9 years old when the Xfinity series started. So my whole life that I've been watching NASCAR, it's been the Xfinity series. So yeah, I'm probably going to stutter a lot more as I'm trying to, break out of that mold and start saying the O'Reilly Auto Parts series. But the Xfinity whole company has done such a great job with the Xfinity series, and we're going to miss them a lot, but I feel like O'Reilly's going to do a really good job as well.
All right, you helped pull back the curtain a little bit here on what goes into each and every race, but you're doing that on a grander scale with a documentary that debuted this week, 5-part series, NASCAR Rising. Tell me about the experience having your whole life on camera for that series there.
It's definitely an awakening moment for me. I remember watching some things and I was like, oh, I wish that wasn't in there. Geez, I don't know how people are going to react to that. So the fans are going to get a whole different kind of outlook to what our life is actually like. And me, Raja, Karuth, and Carson Hocevar, we all live such different lifestyles, and we're all such different people and personalities that people are going to see completely 3 different people in their own element doing completely different things. I feel like the episodes turned out, really, really good. I feel like the feedback has been, really solid. So hopefully they invite me back to do it again next year. But yeah, it's been such a cool experience. I mean, those guys, the producers, were in my hotel room the night before the championship race, right?
Wow.
So the fans literally see every aspect of it.
Really cool. All right, you look at New York, right? I know this is your second time here. What do you feel about New York when you come here, and what makes you want to come back here?
Yeah, we were just kind of talking about it off air. I love New York. I came here for the first time, like, to the city on my birthday. My girlfriend took me here. Man, I was 20 years old, had never seen the Statue of Liberty, like any of that stuff. So it was really cool to see, like, Wall Street and all this. I'm a big movie guy, right? So to see, like, all the stuff I've seen my whole life in movies was probably the coolest part. More than anything, I'm probably a foodie, so the fact that I can, like, walk one block and get something good to eat, and then go back to the hotel and go one block the other direction and get 5 more things that are good to eat. Man, I love coming back. That's why I said yes to coming here in the first place, because I wanted to go back to New York. So yeah, I'm having a blast.
Favorite thing that you ate while you were here? Something you got to try that you haven't tried yet?
Pizza Love Sauce was like, okay, I think about it probably.
You just had an out-of-body moment right there.
I think about it literally once a week since I've been gone. My girlfriend took me there. She saw it on TikTok, and I think Portnoy gave it a pretty bad review. Like, I think it was like a high 7 or a low 8, but it was an out-of-body experience. I'm having it right now, so I think I'm going to leave this interview now and go get it.
Fair enough. Last one here before you go. You said you're not going to be doing any driving in New York, but you did have an interesting experience as a passenger.
Yeah, so me and my girlfriend were going to dinner here for my birthday, and we were 15 minutes behind schedule, and we were going to be 10 minutes late to our reservation, and we get in this Uber or taxi, like a yellow cab taxi, with this guy that didn't speak one word to us. He might be watching this and be like, I remember that guy. But he was, when I leave the 2 car and go to the Cup Series, I think he probably needs to drive my car. He was probably the best driver I've ever seen in my life. He got us there 5 minutes before our reservation.
Wow.
And I don't think we hit anybody, but we might have. And he was probably the best driver I've ever seen in my life. So those are the drivers you never get when you actually need them. So I was actually really happy that we got a fast driver when we were running late. So yeah, it was terrifying. And even when we're driving here in our Uber, I was just thinking to myself, like, if I had a rental car and I was driving here, I would piss off so many people and, like, not go when I'm supposed to go, and everybody honking at me. So yeah, I would be a terrible New York City driver.
Swapping paint, if that's what it takes to get to your reservation on time, New York City drivers will do it.
Yeah, I can do that part.
Fair enough. Well, Jesse Love, congratulations on the championship again, and good luck with everything you got going on. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thank you.